Hare Krishna. Welcome to the Bhagavad Gita class. The purpose of this class is to enable reading of the shlok, to understand the meaning of the shlok, and to help understand the basic philosophy of Gita. We are on chapter 10, the opulence of the absolute. This chapter has got 4 parts. The first part from shlok 1 to 7 talks about knowing that Krishna is the unknowable and the source of all. The second section is from 8 to 11 that talks about pure bhakti, and we have talked about Chatur Shloki Gita. So if we have to talk Gita in 4 shloks, then this is the 8 to 11. That's what the shloks are. Then we have shlok from 12 to 18, where Arjun accepts Krishna's supreme position, that yes, you are the supreme. And this is what we have finished till now. And then from 19 to 42, Arjun asks Krishna to describe his opulences, and Krishna said, I can't describe all, but I will tell you few of my opulence. And what we finished last time was till shlok 23. So today, so let us summarize the last class, what we have studied till now. So I would quickly summarize chapter 10 till now, whatever we have done in the class. So the chapter started by Krishna saying that I am the mysterious origin of everything. Whatever we see, neither the hosts of demigods nor the sages, no one actually knows my origin or opulences, because I am the source of all the devatas and I am the source of all the sages. So they cannot know me. Then Krishna says that if someone knows this, understands this, that I am everything, then that person will become free from all sins. That's what Krishna explains in the next, in the third shlok. Then he says that I am the any quality, any good quality, any quality that you see, and any great personality that you see, I am the cause of that. So all the qualities, I'm the origin of all the qualities. And then he gives a list of qualities explain to us, saying that, intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt or delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, control of senses, control of mind, happiness, distress, birth, death, fear, fearlessness, non-violence, satisfaction, austerity, charity, fame, infamy, all the qualities that you see is me. And then he says, those who can understand this will accept me as a supreme, and then they will surrender to me. That is what is I explained in the first class of chapter 10. And then in the second class, we talked about the Chatur Shloki Gita. The Chatur Shloki Gita is from 8 to 11. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattah sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante ma buddha bhava samvita. It says, Krishna says, I am the source of all, whether it is spiritual, whether it is material, anything that exists, I am the source of all. And everything emanates from me. And the wise who perfectly engaged, understand this, engage in my devotional service with how? With love. And then the 9th shlok, Krishna says, Mat chitta, madgat prana, bodhayanta parasparam, kathyantascha mam nityam, tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Krishna says that those who have understood that I am everything, what do? From their chit, from their consciousness, and from their pran, everything, what do? They are totally devoted to me, just like the gopis of Vrindavan. They are totally devoted to me, and even when they're talking among themselves, they're talking about me. Everything is revolves around me. Either they'll talk about me or they will do the service to me. Whatever they do, they are always there. It is addressed to me, or for me they are doing. And they kathyantascha mam nityam, and they are always engaged in talking about me, the pastimes about me, the forms, my forms, and other hearing about my Bhagavad Gita, listening about Bhagavatam, everything. They're always engaged in my service, and that gives them tushyanti cha romanti cha. That gives me that gives them extreme satisfaction and Ramyanti cha, and they get great bliss out of that. That is what Krishna explains in the 8th and 9th slok. And then Krishna in the 10th and 11th slok explains that those who are like this, those who are my pure devotees, who are like this, what do I do to them? He says, Tesham, to them, Tesham satatyuktanam, bhajantam priti purvakam, dadami buddhi yogam tam, yena mam upayantite. He says, those pure devotees who are always thinking about me, doing service to me, and always engaged in my service, what, and not just engaged in my service, but with love, by Preeti Purvak, by with love, when they are engaged, what do I do them? Dadami Buddhi Yogam. I give them the Buddhi Yoga. I give them the intelligence. I give them the Buddhi. I give them the intelligence because of which they can come to me. I give them the intelligence so that they can come to me. And then he says, तेषाम एवानुकंपार्थम अहम ज्ञानजम तमः नाशायम आत्मभावस्थो ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वत. And what do I do? Because they are always engrossed in my service, doing my seva, what do I do? I give special mercy on them. I do special mercy on them. And what do I do? What's mercy I give them? I, whatever agyan, whatever ignorance is in their heart, whatever ignorance is in their heart, I destroy them. What do? I destroy them. And how do I destroy them? I jnana deepena bhasvata. By the lamp of knowledge, by the shining lamp of knowledge, I remove the darkness which is in their heart. So this is called Chatur Shloki Gita. Yeah. And this was second class. And then what we did in the last class, after listening all these things, what happened? Arjun accepts Krishna as a supreme position. Why Arjun had to accept? For Arjun, Krishna was his friend, his cousin. He was talking to him, or he treated Krishna always as a friend, as a cousin. And now when Krishna told the Bhagavad Gita and explained his position, Arjun is like, oh my God, I never knew that I am with the Supreme Personality of Godhead always. So he accepts his position as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he says that, yes, I agree that you are the absolute truth and the pure, and you are unborn. And also he says that it is not I am saying because I am your relative, but this is also accepted and confirmed by great authorities like Narad and Vyas. And he also says that I agree that no one knows about your origin and about yours. No one can completely know about you. It is impossible to know about you. And then he says, Krishna, I want to hear more about you. Please tell me about more of your opulences. I want to hear. With the pure devotees, what do? They always want to hear about Krishna. They want to hear, they want to do work for Krishna. So Arjun says, now please let me know about more opulences, something which everyone can see and know, so that wherever I see, I always remember you. Then Krishna says, I cannot define my entire, my opulences, my vibhutis are indefinite. It is infinite. It is infinite. I cannot explain all, but let me tell you few of my important vibhutis. And then we ended last time on shlok number 23, where Krishna said, Rudranam Shankarashasmi Vittesho Yaksharaschasman Vasunam Pavakashasmi Meru Shikrenamaham. To the stroke 23rd, Krishna says, Rudranam Shankarashasmi. Among the Rudras, I am Shankar. Vittesho Yaksh Rakshasam. And among Yaksh and Rakshas, I am Vittesho. I am Kuber. Vasuna Pavakas Chasmi. And among the Vasus, I am Pavak, which is Agni. And Meru Shikharenamaham. And among the Shikhar, among the peaks of the mountains, I am Meru Parvat. Right? So this is what we did last time. And today we'll start the last section of chapter 10, which says Lord Krishna describes his vibhutis. This is the last section. And we start with shlok number 24. Purudhasam cha mukhyam mam vidhi patha brihaspitam senani namaham skandah sarasamasmi sagarah पुरोधसां च मुख्यं मां विधि पार्थ बृहस्पतिं सेनानीनाम् aham skandha sarasam asmi sagrah. He says purodhasam is the priests, among the priests. Cha mukhyam mam, I am mukhya, I am the main priest. Vidhi partha brihaspatim, O Parth, O Arjun, which is Brihaspati. So he is referring here about the heaven. Who is the king of all the devtas? It is Indra. Indra is the king of all devtas, and the priest of Indra is Brihaspati. So he says among the mukhya priests, the main priests, among the main priests, I am Brihaspati. Who Brihaspati is the priest of devtas, right? Senaninam aham skanda. Among the army, among the sena, among the army of devtas, I am Skand. Who is Skand? Skand is Kartikeyan. Skand is Kartikeyan. And who is Kartikeyan? He is the son of Shankar and Parvati. Kartikeyan is the son of Shankar and Parvati. So he says, among the sena name, I am Skand. Sarasam Asmi Sagra. And among the water bodies, I am Sagar. I am ocean. What am I? I am ocean. Then in the 25th slok, he says, Maharshinam Bhrigur Aham Giram Asme Ek Aksharam Yagyanam Jab Yagyo Asmi Sthavaranam Himalaya. Maharshinam Bhrigur Aham. महर्षीणां भृगुरहं गिरामस्मि एक अक्षरम यज्ञानां जप यज्ञोस्मि स्थावराणां हिमालयः. He says महर्षीणां, among the maharshi, among the sages, भृगुरहं, I am Bhrigu. Who am I? Among the sages I am Bhrigu. And who is Bhrigu? Bhrigu is the son of Brahma. Brahma is the creator. So when he started creating the sages, one of the important sages, Bhrigu. And he says, I am Bhrigu among the Maharshis, among the sages. And Giram means among the vibrations. I am Ek Aksharam. What is Ek Aksharam? What is Aksharam? Aksharam is, Giram is vibrations. So when the cosmic manifestation happened, the first sound that came was Om. It is called Pranava. It is called Pranava. The first sound that came was Om. So I am, among the vibrations, I am Om. I am Om. Yagyanam Jap Yagyasmi. And among the yagya that we do, I am the Jap Yagya. I am the Jap Yagya. So chanting is the yagya which represents Krishna. Chanting is the yagya which represents Krishna. And Krishna is the highest form of everything. So among the highest yagya, what it is? The chanting of holy name of Krishna. And Sthavaranam Himalaya. And among the mountains which is not movable, I am Himalaya. Right? So, Yagyanam Japa Yagyasmi, what do we chant? We chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So that is the highest yagya. Right. So now we go to the next slok, 26. Ashwatha Sarva Vikshanam Devarshinam Cha Naradah Gandharvanam Chitraratha Siddhanam Kapilo Muni. Ashwatha Sarvavikshanam Devarshinam Cha Naradah Gandharvanam Chitraratha Siddhanam Kapilo Muni. Now Krishna says, among Sarvavikshanam, Sarva is all, and Vrikshanam means among all the trees, among all the trees. Who am I? I am Ashwath. Ashwath is banyan tree. I am the banyan tree among all trees. And Devarshi is the rishis among of the Dev. Who is the rishi of the Dev? It is Narad. Devarshi Nam Cha Narada. And among the Devarshis, I am Narad. Right? Gandharvanam Chitraratha. Gandharv. Who are the Gandharvs? Gandharvs are between the humans and the Devtas. They sing very, very beautifully. Gandharv sings very, very beautifully. Among the Gandharv, who am I? I am Chitrarat. Among the Gandharvs, I am Chitrarat. Siddhanam Kapilo Muni. And among the Siddhas, among the Siddh Purush, I am Kapil Muni. Now, So this is what Krishna says in the slok 26. So I wanted to tell you a short about who Kapil Muni is. So Kardam Muni is the son of Brahma. So Brahma, the responsibility of the Brahma was to create progeny, to propagate the different species of life. That is the work of Brahma. So Brahma started creating sons. So one of the son he created was Kardamna Muni, and Kardam Muni he had directed Kardam Muni to start the progeny. So Kardam Muni married Swambhu's Manu daughter, who is Devhuti. Devhuti. Kardam Muni married Devhuti, who is Swambhu's Manu daughter, and they both had a son, Kapil. Kapil is the son of them, and Kapil is represented by Krishna. He is Krishna, and he had only one son. And Kapil Muni gave instructions to his mother Devhuti and helped her to get liberated. And also, if you know that, we in Hindus, we say we should go to all the pilgrimages. And one of the pilgrimage in the list of pilgrimage that we have is Ganga Sagar. And it is said, Sare Teeth Bar Bar, Ganga Sagar Ek Bar. It is said, all the teeth you can visit multiple times, but Ganga Sagar one time, because it is very, very difficult to go there. It used to be very, very difficult to go there. Now in Ganga Sagar, Kapil Muni, it is believed that Kapil Muni still live, and that is he has his kutia is there. So Ganga Sagar is the importance of Ganga Sagar is also to visit the Kapil Muni ashram. We go to shlok number 27. उच्चैषव समश्वानां विधि मामृतोद्भवम् ऐरावतं गजेन्द्राणां नराणां च नराधिपम् उच्चैषव सम अश्वानां विधि मामृतोद्भवम् ऐरावतं गजेन्द्राणां नराणां च नराधिपम्. Now Krishna says, Uच्चैषव, I am what Ashwa means horse. And which horse am I? Which horse am I? I am Ucheshwar. That horse is represented by me. And then how from where Ucheshwar had come? He had come by churning the nectar, by churning the ocean for nectar. So vidhi mam amritot bhavan. Amrit is nectar. So while churning the ocean, when churning the ocean for nectar, the horse which has come is Ucheshwar. That horse is me. Airavatam Gajendra Nam. And among the king of elephants is Airavat, which is Indra's elephant. So I am Airavat. Even Airavat came out by churning of the ocean. And Naranam Cha Naradhipa. Naranam Cha Naradhipa is I am also among the humans, I am the king. So I thought of telling the story of churning of the ocean, Samudra Manthan. So we all so what had happened was, once Indra was going in his elephant, and Durvasa Muni met him. And Durvasa Muni, what he did, he gave him a garland. That garland was the prasad. He gave it to Indra. Indra accepted the garland, but after taking the garland, what he did, he took it out and put it on the elephant's trunk. And what elephant, it started moving his head and finally threw this garland down. And this particular garland was actually the prasad of Lakshmi. And when Durvasa Muni saw this, and Lakshmi also got insulted by this act of throwing this garland down and being mistreated by Indra. And Durvasa Muni cursed Indra that you will go, you will lose all your strength, energy, and fortune. And then what happened was, then there was Bali Maharaj was there. He was the king of the Asuras, and they declared a fight against Indra and all the Devtas. And finally, what happened? The Devtas got defeated, and they ran to Vishnuji for help. So Vishnuji explained to them that this right now the asuras are they are very strong. So instead of fighting, what you do is try to have a alliance with them. Tell them that okay, let's go and churn the nectar out of the milk ocean. So the asuras they agreed for it. The asuras they agreed for it, and they asuras and devtas and asura they all went together to churn the milk ocean to churn the ocean to get the nectar out of it. Yeah, they all went there. Now, for doing that, what do they do? For churning, what do? They took the Mount Mandara as the rod for churning. And Vasuki is the serp on Shiva's neck. Vasuki actually they was taken as the rope for churning. And here Vishnu took the Kurma avatar and put was under the on the bed of the ocean on which Mount Mandara was put and was the churning was done. Now, when the churning was done, so the first thing that came out was halahal. That was the poison, and who could take it? So Shiva. He took the poison, and because his poison, he took it and kept it in his neck. That is why Shiva's neck is blue in color. And then after that, the horse Ucheshava, the horse came, Eravat came, even Dhanvantri, for medicine that we have, that also came from there. Then Lakshmi ji came from there. So all these things came out from churning of the ocean. And finally the nectar came. And when the nectar came, then Vishnu ji took the there was a fight of who will take the nectar between Asuran and Devtas and Danav. And then what Vishnuji did, he took the form of Mohini and took the nectar pot from Asuras and asked the Asuras and Devas to sit in rows. And she started giving it to first to Devatas. And finally, what happened is, once it is all finished, finally Mohini again converted into Vishnu and flew away. So this is how, and then there was a fight between Asuras and Devtas, and then again the Asuras got defeated and Devtas got back their heaven. So that is the story of churning of ocean. And from here all Ucheshwa and Eravat all came, right? So let's go to the next slok. 28. Ayudhanam aham vajram dhenunam asmin kamadhuk prajanchasmi kandarpa sarpanam asmi vasuki. Ayudhanam aham vajram dhenunam asmi kamadhuk prajanchasmi kandarpa sarpanam asmi vasuki. So here Krishna says Ayudhan means weapons. Ayudhan means weapons. Among the weapons, aham vajram, I am thunderbolt. So among the weapons, I am thunderbolt. Dhenu nam asmin kamadhuk, and among the dhenu means cows. Dhenu means cows, and among the cow, I am a kamadhuk. I am Surbhi. Even the Surbhi cow came from the churning of ocean. The beauty of the speciality of Surbhi cow is that she can give as much milk as the Devta wants. So that is why this was also given to Devta so that they can have the ghee and do their yagya, right? Then Prajanaschasmi Kandarpa. Prajanaschasmi means to have the progeny, for propagation of human life. Kandarpa. I am Kandarp. Kandarp is for propagation. That is what it is me. It happens because of me. Kandarp. And Sarpanam Asmi Vasuki. And among the snakes, I am Vasuki. Then 29. Anantaschasmi Naganam Varuno Yadasamaham Pitranam Aryamachasmi Yama Sanyamtamaham Anantaschasmi Naganam Varuno Yadasamaham Pitranam Aryamachasmi Yama Sanyamtamaham. Krishna says, among Anantaschasmi, among the multi-hooded snake, Nag, I am Anant Nag, right? Varuno Yadasamaham. And among the water aquatics, among the water animals, I am Varun. Varun is the Jal Devta. Jal ka Devta is water Devta is Varun. So he says, I am Varun for the as the head of aquatics. Pitranam, I am Aryaman Chasmi, and I am for the Pitran planets. We have Aryama, which manages the Pitra Lok. So I am Aryama, which manages the Pitra Lok, and Yama Sanyam Tamaham, and I am among the dispensers of law. I am Yam. I am Yam. So if you see, all the head of everything is Krishna, right? Now 30th shlok. Prahladaschasmi Daityanam. Among Kala Kalyatmaham Mriganam cha Mrigendoham Vanateyascha Pakshinam. Prahladaschasmi Daityanam Kala Kalyatamaham Mriganam cha Mrigendroham Vanateyascha Pakshinam. Prahladaschasmi Daityanam. Among the Daityas, I am Prahlad. Kala Kalyatma. Among the time, I am Kal. I am time. Mriganam cha Mrigendoham. Among the beasts, I am lion. And Vaniteyascha Pakshinam. And among the Pakshi, I am Garun. I am Garun. Again, Prahladaschasmi Daityanam Kala Kalyatmamaham Mriganam cha Mrigendoham Vanateyascha Pakshinam. Right? So among the Daityas, Jamin, I am devoted Prahlad. Among some deities, I am time. Among beasts, I am the lion. And among birds, I am Garun. Right? Now, Kashyap Muni had two wives, Aditi and Diti. Now, all the sons of Aditi are Devatas. And that's why they are called Adityas. They are called Adityas. All the sons of Aditi are Adityas. They are Devatas. And all the sons of Diti are demons. So they are called Daitya. Because they came from Diti, they are called Daitya. They are called Daitya. So among the Daitya, although Prahlad was had come from Diti's family, but what happened? Prahlad was the one who was a great devotee of Vishnu, and he is an example as a pure devotee of Vishnu, although he belonged to the Daitya family, right? So how he became such a pure devotee? It is because when he was in the womb of his mother, his mother's name was Kayadu. Kayadu was the mother of Prahlad, and Hiranyakashipu was his father. So what had happened when Kayadu was pregnant? At that point of time, he was under the guidance of Narad Muni. Now, although he was in the womb, but Narad Muni used to visit him and used to preach. So all those lessons he had learned from Narad Muni, and that is why he became such a pure devotee. So association really matters. And what is Garun? Garun is the vehicle of Vishnu, right? Now 31. Pavana Pavatamasmi Rama Shastrapitamaham Jashanam Makaraschasmi Shotasamasmi Jahnavi. Pavatamasmi Rama Shastrapitamaham Jashanam Makaraschasmi Shotasamasmi Jahnavi. Now Pavana, I am Pavan. Pavan is wind. I am the Pavan of Pavatamasmi. Pavata means of the purifiers. Among the purifiers, I am wind. Rama Shastrapitamaham. Among the wielders of weapon, I am Ram. And Jashanam means fishes. Among the group of fishes, I am Makar. Makar is shark. I am Makar. I am shark. And Shotasamasmi Janvi. Among the flowing rivers, I am Ganga. Janvi is Ganga. Sarganam Adir Antascha Madhyam Chevaham Arjuna Adhyatma Vidyanam Vada Pravadaatmaham. Sarganam Adir Antascha Madhyam Chevaham Arjuna Adhyatma Vidyanam Vada Pravadaatmaham. Now here Krishna says Sarganam. Sarga means creation. And we know of all the creation of the entire universal creation that has happened among the Sarga, among the creation. I am the Adi. Adi means the beginning. Ant is the end. And Madhyam is the middle. Everything is because of me. When the creation happens, it also happens because the beginning is because of me. I am the maintainer. Madhya means I am the maintainer of the creation, and Anta means I am also the destroyer because I am Shankar. Shankar is me, so I am also the destroyer of the creation. And then he says Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam, and among the Vidya, among all the knowledge, I am the Adhyatma Vidya. What is Adhyatma Vidya? It is spiritual knowledge. I am Adhyatma Vidya means I am spiritual knowledge. And Vadah Pravadatmaham. And Vadah means when there is an argument, when there is argument among people, whatever is a conclusive truth, that is what I am. We go to 33rd shlok. Aksharanam का अकारो अस्मि द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च अहमे वाक्ष्यः कालो धाताहं विश्वतो मुख. अक्षराणाम् अकारो अस्मि द्वन्द्व सामासिकस्य च अहमे वाक्ष्य कालो धाताहं विश्वतो mukh. Now here Krishna says, among the akshar, whatever words has been spoken, I am the akar. Without there's no words. So the origin of the words, the akar is me. And in Sanskrit we have samas, the compound words. And among the samas, I am the compound words. Ahame vaksha kalo. And I am the kal. I'm also inexhaustible time. Ahame vaksha, akshay is which is not, it is eternal, which cannot be exhausted. So ahame vakshya kalo. And among the inexhaustible time, I am time. And dhata ham vishwate mukha. And of the creators, I am Brahma. Of the creators, I am Brahma. So of letters, I am the letter A. And among compound words, I am the dual compound. I am also inexhaustible time. And of creators, I am Brahma. Then 34th. मृत्यु सर्वहरश्चाहम् उद्भवश्च भविष्यताम् कीर्ति श्री वाकच नारीणाम् स्मृतिर्मेधाधिति क्षम. मृत्यु सर्वहरश्चाहम् उद्भवश्च भविष्यताम् कीर्ति श्री वाकच नारीणाम् स्मृतिर्मेधाधिति क्षम. Krishna says, I am the death. I am death. He says, Sarvahara. When death comes, everything is taken away. You may be a very rich person, you may be a very poor person, you may have multiple flats, you may have multiple cars, you may have big bank balance, whatever it is. But then, sarva harascha, everything is taken away during death. You just leave everything behind and go. And udbhava is birth, bhavishitam. And bhavishyata means whatever is going to happen. Bhavishya is whatever is going to happen. I am the bhavishya. So I am the udbhava. I am also the birth of everything that is yet to be, generating principle of all that is yet to be created. And then he says, Kirti Shivakascha Narinam Smritir Medha Titikshama. And then he talks about Nari. Nari is women. In women, I am Kirti. Kirti is fame. The fame of a woman is me. The Shri, the wealth that she gets is me. The Vak, the sweet speech that she has is me. The Smriti, Smriti is memory. Memory is me. Medha, Medha is intelligence. Intelligence of a woman is me. Dhriti is determination. The determination of a woman is me. And Kshama, Kshama is the power to forgive. That is me. So he says, Kirti, Shri, Vak, Smriti, Medha, Dhriti, Kshama. All these 7 qualities in a woman is represented by me. That's me, right? So if a lady has this quality, it means she is blessed by Krishna, right? We go to the 35th shlok. Brihat Sam Tatha Samnam Gayatri Chandasamaham Masanam Margashirshoham Ritunam Kusuma Karaha Brihat Sam Tatha Samnam Gayatri Chandasamaham Masanam Margashirshooham Ritunam Kusumakaraha. Yeah. So Krishna says Brihat Sam Tatha Samnam. He has already told that he is the among the Vedas, among all the Vedas, he is Samved. He is Samved. And in Samved, he is Brihat Sam. In Samved, Samved is basically a beautiful song sung by Devtas. That is what is the Samved about. And in that, the Brihat Sam, which is a very beautiful song, which is normally sung during the midnight, that is what is Krishna. And among the poetry, I am Gayatri Manth. Gayatri Manth is a, we all know, is a very, very special mantra, right? And Gayatri Manth cannot be just spoken. You have to be qualified to speak Gayatri Manth. You have to be spiritually advanced so that you can speak you can actually chant Gayatri Mantra. And Gayatri Mantra is a mantra which can help you to for God realization. It is something which is given to the Brahmins when the Upnayan ceremony, when the thread ceremony happens, right? That is a mantra which is given. And this is a very, very special month which actually, purifies the tissue, memory of the tissue, so that the people are able to understand the scriptures. So among Chand, among the poetry, I am Gayatri Mantra. And among Masanam, among the month, I am Margshish. So the month which is going on currently from a North India perspective is Margshish. But from a South India perspective is still Kartik, right? But so Krishna says, among the month, I am Margshish. I am Margshish. And in the Ritu, in the seasons, I am Kusumakar. I am spring. Spring is the all flowering season. So he says, I am spring. So let's read. Of the hymns in the Samaved, I am Brihat Sam. And of poetry, I am Gayatri. Of months, I am Margshisha, November, December. And of seasons, I am flower bearing spring. Then the 36th slok. द्यूतं चलतास्तामस्मि तेजस्विनामहं जयोऽस्मि व्यवसायोऽस्मि सत्वं सत्वतामहं द्यूतं चलतामस्मि तेजस्विनामहं जयोऽस्मि व्यवसायोऽस्मि सत्वं सत्वतामहं. Now Krishna is one who has got all the 64 qualities. There is no one who has got all the complete qualities. It is only Krishna who has got 64 qualities. Even Narayan has 60 qualities. Krishna is, that's why he is complete, right? So Krishna has not only the positive quality, but also the negative quality, the best of the negative qualities that you see in the people, right? So he says, Yutam Chalayatasme. In gambling, I am chal, the cheating. I am also the cheater. I'm the biggest cheater. He says, I'm Dutam. Dutam is gambling. And the gambling of cheats, I am basically the cheat. Then he says, Tejasinoham. And among the the people who are extremely, intelligent, Tej. And the Tej is because of me. Tejasinoham. And those who are Tejas, those who are extremely, splendid. I am the splendor of those. Jayavasmi, Vyavsayavasmi. Jaya is victory. And the victory of Vyavsayo. Vyavsayo means any Vyavsaya, any business you are doing, the victory is because of me. And Satvam Satvatamaham. And I am the strength of the strong. So here, when we hear about Dyutam Chalayatasumi, it reminds me of story of Krishna, of Vishnu as Vaman Dev. Right? So we know the story how Vishnu became as Vaman Dev, and actually, he cheated Bali Maharaj. He came as a small Brahmin boy and he said, I want 3 steps of land. And Bali Maharaj is saying, you are such a small boy. Your 3 steps, what can you take? Please ask something more from me. And then she says, no, I just want 3 steps of land. Please give me that. Otherwise, I'll go. And Bali Maharaj was trying to explain to him what will these 3 steps will do. And finally, Bali Maharaj gave in. Although Shukracharya, the priest of Bali, he came and said, no, don't get into this. He is Vishnu. He is not a normal, ordinary Brahmin boy. So please take back your words. But Bali Maharaj, he was true to his words. Once given is given. And so and then what Vishnu, the Vaman Dev did, he came into his original form. In one step, he took the earth. In second step, he took the heaven. And then he's asking Bali Maharaj, where should I put the third step? You told me three, only two I've taken everything. Where should I put my third step? And he says, okay, you can put it here. And then finally, Vishnu was extremely pleased with Bali Maharaj and blessed him. Now, at that point of time, when this incident happened, then Bali Maharaj was actually doing the Ashwamedh Yagya. And it is said that one can become the king of heaven, that is, can take the Indra's position if he does 100 Ashwamedh Yag. And Bali Maharaj was actually doing that so that he can take the Indra's position. So Vishnu blessed him that, okay, in the next Manvantar, you will come as Indra, but now you will go in Sutala along with your family and you'll stay there happily, and I will become your doorkeeper. And then, as Narsimha Dev is the doorkeeper in the Sutala of Vamandev. Yeah. So next we go to the 37th shlok. Vrishinaam Vasudevosmi Pandavanam Dhananjayah Muninam Apyaham Vyasam Kavinam Ushna Kavihi. Vrishinaam Vasudevosmi Pandavanam Dhananjayah Muninampya aham vyasah kavinam ushna kavihi. So Krishna says here, Vrishinam Vasudevam asmi. Among in the descendants of Vrishni. Now Krishna who is Vasudev? Vasudev is Krishna, and he comes from he's the son of Vasudev and Devaki, and comes from Vrishni dynasty. So in the Vrishni, as a descendant of Vrishni, I am Vasudev. And among the Pandavas, O Arjun, I am you. I am Dhananjay. So among the Pandavas, I am Dhananjay. And who is Dhananjay? Dhananjay is Arjun. Muni Naam Apyam, and among the Munis, I am Vyas. Among the Muni, I am Vyas. And Kavinam Ushna Kavi. And among the Kavis, I am Ushna. Now here the question can be asked, if Krishna is Dhananjay, is Arjun, then how Arjun got into all those, in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, Arjun said that, he cannot understand things, and, so it was at that point of time, what Krishna had done, he had actually put Arjun under the all the confusion that Arjun was in was because of Krishna. He had put into in that condition so that Arjun actually is not able to understand, so that Krishna can speak Bhagavad Gita for all of us. Yeah. Then we go to the next slok, 30th slok. Dando damyatamasmi Nitirasmi jigishatam Monam chevasmi guhyanam Jnanam jnanavatamaham. Dando damyatamasmi Nitir asmi jigishatam Monam chevasmi guhyanam Jnanam jnanavatamaham. Dando damyatamasmi. Among the lawlessness, I am punishment. Those who don't follow law, I am done. I am punishment for them. Niti Rasmi Jigishatam. And those Jigisha is victory. And for those who are winning, for them, in those meaning in the right, as per dharma, I am the morality in them. Monam Chevasmi Guhyanam. Guhya is secret. And among the secrets of all the secrets thing, I am Mon. Mon is silence. I am silence. And Jnanam Jnanavatamaham. And among the wise people, I am wisdom. Right? Then we go to the next slok, 39th slok. Yach chapi sarvabhutanam bijam tadam arjunam na tadasti vinayatsyan maya bhutam characharam. Yachchapi sarvabhutanam bijam tadam arjuna na tadasti vinayatsyan maya bhutam characharam. And then he says to Arjun, he says, sarvabhutanam. Sarvabhutanam means all living entities. Sarvabhutanam, all living entities. Bijam tadam, I am the seed. O Arjun, All living entities are because I'm the seed giving father. Because of me, all the living entities exist. And na tadasti vinayatsya maya bhut characharam. And what is char and achar? Char is moving, and achar is non-moving. For anything which is moving and on non-moving, that cannot exist without me. I am, because of me, all the existence happen. So the translation is, furthermore, O Arjun, I am the generating seed of all existences. There is no being, moving or non-moving, that can exist without me. Then we go to the 40th slok. न अंतोऽस्ति मम मम दिव्यानां विभूतानां परन्तप एष तु देशतः प्रोक्तो विभूतिर्विस्तरो मया न अंतोऽस्ति मम दिव्यानां विभूतानां परन्तप एष तु देशतः प्रोक्तो विभूतिर्विस्तरो मया. O Parantapa is Arjun. O Parantapa, O Arjun, na anto asti mam divya. There is no end. Na anto, there is no end. Asti mam divyanam. For my divine vibhutiyas, for my opulences, there is no end. It is infinite. And prokta means spoken. I have just spoken. It is so infinite that I can't talk about it. I have just talked about a spark, a little about it. So the translation is, O mighty conqueror of enemies, there is no end to my divine manifestation. What I have spoken to you is but a mere indication of my infinite opulences. 41st. यद यद विभूति मत्सत्वं श्रीमदर्जितमेव वा तत् तद् वा अगच्छं त्वं मम तेजो संभवम्. यद यद विभूति मत्सत्वं श्रीमदर्जितमेव वा तत् तद् देवावगच्छ त्वं मम तेजोश्व संभवम्. He says, know that all opulent, whatever beauty you see, whatever glorious creation you see, it is nothing but a spark of me. If you are seeing something very, very beautiful, then you should say that is a spark of me. And the last slok of this chapter is Atva bahunayatena kim gyatena tavarjuna vishtabhya aham idam krishnam ekanchanen sthito jagat. अथवा बहुनयतेन किम किम ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन विष्टभ्याम अहम idam कृष्णम एकांशेन स्थितो jagat. And he says, but what need is there, Arjun, for all this detailed knowledge? Why do you want all this detailed knowledge, Arjun? With a single fragment of myself, it is my ansh. This whole universe, this entire universe is just, it's just existing because of one of just by one my spark. So why do you want to know about more about that? So with this, we'll finish this chapter, and today we'll finish this class also today. Hare Krishna. Let us chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. With this, we end the class today. Thank you all. Yes, sure. Hare Krishna.